Hello, everyone. I am so excited for tonight. I am just a couple minutes early, getting everything set up here. Make sure we're good to go for 7 o'clock. Okay, let's see. Make sure I got everything on. Okay, sweet. If anyone is on and wants to let me know if they can hear me, if the sound is good, tell me what's going on. We have a couple minutes here before we get started. So let me know if this is coming through loud and clear. Let me know where you're joining from. I would love to hear where everyone is from. Let's see. Okay, just a couple minutes and we will get started. Oh, perfect. Awesome. Great. Hi, Nicole. Yay. Okay, couple minutes, guys, and we will dive in. Okay. Yay. All right. Get comfortable. Oh, this is so awesome. Hi, everyone. Kelowna, Vancouver. Awesome. White Rock. So cool. You guys, how cool is it that we can do this kind of stuff? I think it's probably one of the coolest things I've seen come out of this whole situation is just the amount of cool online events, like the amount of virtual events that are happening and workshops and sessions. It's so cool that we can still connect with people all over. Like, this is pretty awesome. Kamloops, Ashcroft. Yay. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear, but at 7 o'clock, I don't know if in your community, the our neighbors are banging pots and pans for the frontline workers. I don't know if you can hear it, but my neighbors are very enthusiastic, and every night at 7. Okay, cool. So let's get started. So tonight our talk is about self-care, and specifically self-care during isolation, because it might look a little bit different for you right now than compared to when things were a little bit more normal a couple months ago. So what I want to really get across to you tonight about self-care is that it will look different for absolutely everybody, and there is no right or wrong. There's no right way to be doing it. It isn't just this one lane that we have to stay in, and also that it will change, right? So things might look a little different right now. So before we dive in, I will introduce myself. My name is Vanessa Jahnke, and I'm a certified holistic health coach with the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. I am a contributor to the Good Life magazine that you may have picked up at your local Nature's Fair store. So every 2 months, There's a Good Life mag that comes out, and you will often see my articles in there. And I'm also the founder of Pure Gym and Juicery in Penticton. So let me know if you're familiar with Pure at all. So we're a 24-hour gym. We have a spin studio and group fitness and personal training, and a juice and smoothie bar as well. So like so many other businesses, our business had to close back in March. So we're almost going on 2 months of being closed. Which at the time was extremely difficult for us, and of course affected our team, and it was a really hard week. But like everything, there was a silver lining, and it's been a beautiful time for us to actually work on our business. And there's always good from challenge, right? So it's actually, we've turned it into a really good thing. We're doing online spin classes and rented out our spin bike. So that's been really cool, and staying connected and engaged to our members that way. So that is kind of me in a nutshell. So as you can imagine, like everybody, our schedule has and routine has changed so much. So what I'm going to really focus on tonight, the theme of all of my self-care tips are falling under the umbrella of things that you can control. So really early on in this isolation phase, I found it really hard to kind of just get a good routine and good structure down for myself, because I was so glued to the news and the media and seeing what was going on all over the world. And I had to really like flip that and start putting my energy more into focusing on what I can control. And that's really the points that I'm going to touch on this evening. And like I said, self-care is so different for everybody. If any of these points or aha moments stick out for you, I'd love to hear from you as well, and share with me things that you're doing to fill up your cup. So self-care is so important, because I love the analogy of, and we hear it when we're in an airplane, and we might not be in an airplane for a while, but they always say, put on your oxygen mask first, right? Before you help other people. You've probably heard that before. And that's essentially what self-care is. It's filling up our own bucket, making sure that we are taking care of ourselves first before we pour into other people, because we can't look after our friends and our family and our spouses and all the things that we have to be looking after if we're pouring from an empty cup, right? So we really want to be doing things that will help us feel our best and be our best self. Okay, so with that being said, let's dive in. So my very first practice that I've really been focusing on during isolation is routine. So creating a routine is really, really important for so many reasons. And I'm curious for you guys if you've stuck with a routine during isolation, or if it's kind of just gone to the wayside. I, for the most part, have kept up a pretty solid routine, because it makes me feel, it makes me feel like I have a plan for my day. It makes me feel like there's a bit of structure that I can follow. So I'm still getting up at about 6 a.m., maybe a little bit earlier. And then I always have about 30 minutes in the morning just by myself in the quiet. And I have my glass of water, I make myself a coffee, and I might pull out a journal or even just a notepad and kind of just jot down things that I want to do for this day. So that's kind of how I start my day. Routine is so important, just so that you have some sense of structure and some kind of a plan And it doesn't need to be anything crazy, because maybe you don't have a lot going on right now. Maybe you're at home, maybe you're not working right now. So that might look a lot different for a lot of different people. But having some kind of plan, getting up, setting your alarm so that you're still going and getting up at a normal time is also going to help with your sleep cycle, right? So I've heard a little bit of buzz going on that people are staying up really late and sleeping in and that kind of a thing. And of course that is okay here and there, but it will really, really benefit you and your health and your mental health, your digestion, everything, if you have some kind of a pattern and set routine going on. Okay, so that's number one, is routine. My next tip is hydration. And I felt kind of funny putting hydration into this, into my talk, because it seems like such a simple, basic tip. But hydration is so important, and especially now that we are at home and not at work with as much structure, I feel like I'm hearing a lot of people having a hard time remembering to drink enough water throughout the day. So when we're at work, we might be more prompted to walk to the water cooler every hour and fill up our water jug throughout the day. Whereas we're at home, it is a lot harder to remember to do that. So I wanted to show you what I do. I have these two big glass jugs, and I just got them at IKEA. You can probably get something similar anywhere. And I fill two of those up every single morning, and they just sit on my island or my kitchen counter, so that every time I walk by, I see it and I remember to fill my glass and have a glass of water. It also reminds me, for example, because this is my second bottle today, it's reminding me right now that I still have to get this down by bedtime. So it's a really good reminder to have this in front of you, because I'm going to drink up to 3 liters. It's usually what my goal is, 3 liters a day. Okay, we know hydration obviously is really important for us. We all know this, but we need it for like every cell in our body, every organ, literally every bodily function we have needs water. And it's also going to help with energy. So if in the early afternoon you feel like you get kind of lethargic and low energy, have a glass of water, and I would bet you that will make a huge difference. So number 2 is hydration. My next one is, still on here, is movement. So moving our bodies. It is so important, whether it's only 20 minutes or if it's 60 minutes, whatever you can fit into your day is movement. So get your body movement, get your heart rate pumping. It helps with circulation, your immune system, your digestion, and most importantly, it will help release serotonin, right? So serotonin is our happy hormone. It's what makes us happy and gives us a really good sense of well-being. It's going to give you that flood of endorphins. It's going to feel so good. And we've had beautiful weather. We are so lucky with the beautiful weather. So getting outside for a walk or going for a hike, it can be anything. Or I've seen a lot of paddle boarders heading out there now that it's a little bit warmer. Whatever exercise is for you is wonderful. So just getting up to like 20 minutes and above in each day is going to be so beneficial. And it doesn't need to be so intense, okay? So I see a lot of people going really hard or being hard on themselves if they aren't getting in a 45-minute hit intensity, like 10 out of 10 intensity. It doesn't need to be that. It can just be whatever feels good for you today. Today it could be yoga. Tomorrow it could be a walk. It doesn't matter what it is. Just get that body moving, okay? Next one is nutrition. So nutrition is, I know when we are in moments of maybe heightened stress or a little bit more anxiety or like a little bit more tense in the day-to-day lately, you might want to be leaning on comfort foods. And of course, that is totally fine. And being more flexible with our meal plan giving ourselves more grace and understanding and flexibility with that is absolutely acceptable. However, I know for myself, when I'm not eating good whole foods, I really, really notice it in my mental health. So, and what is really good, what I mean by really good foods is whole foods, the less processed foods, less things from boxes, right? Not fast food. So we still want to be eating like whole foods and eliminating any like really things that are high in preservatives or high in added sugars. Because I know for myself, when I am not eating healthy, I just do not feel good. It affects my mood like crazy. And I feel right now that is something that I can control. It's something that makes me feel better. And it's been really kind of cool seeing how many people are getting back into home cooking. They have a little bit more time to actually cook for their family and meal prep. And that's been really cool to see. Also, I've been watching Bonfire Nutrition's videos right here on Nature's video channel. She's been doing live cooking videos and they've been awesome, really, really great recipes that are really easy to put together. So check those out too if you need a little bit of cooking inspiration. Okay, let's chat about social media. So social media, electronics, all this kind of things, we can get kind of sucked into the whirlpool of media because there is so much external noise going on right now. And then the media outlets are having a heyday, going crazy with all the information. And it can be really overwhelming trying to filter through all of the info. And then maybe jumping into social media and scrolling, what you think you're gonna scroll for a few minutes ends up being an hour. And it's just so easy to fall into that scroll whirlpool or whatever you wanna call it. So what I've done for myself is that I am time blocking myself social media so that I don't spend too much time on social media. And any media at all. In the very beginning of isolation, I was glued to the news. And of course, it's important to be informed. But with news, what we do in our house, we put it on in the morning. So we kind of like get the gist of what the news is for the morning. And then we are tapped out of it all day. And then we check in the evening to see what happened throughout the day. So we're still staying very informed, but not being sucked in by all the noise and the repetitive news cycle that goes on. So I think that can be a really, really healthy thing to do. Another thing actually I just thought of that I did is I deleted my mail app on my phone so that just to reduce some of the notifications, the bings and the bongs and the dingles and the everything is binging and alerting you constantly all the time. And I deleted actually a while ago now the mail off of my iPhone so that when I do get to my emails, it's more of a very intentional, my full attention. I open my computer, I'm opening my mail app, and then it has my full attention. But then I close it when I'm done with it, and then I just leave it until I pop back into it. And I've actually really, really enjoyed that. So that might be something that you might want to consider if you feel like you're overwhelmed with just an overload of emails and information and all the things that are coming at us right now. A lot of external noise. The next thing I wanted to share with you was about journaling. So journaling, it took me a really long time to actually get into journaling because I had this perception in my mind that journaling needed to be a certain way, and it doesn't. So I feel like sometimes when I sit down with a journal, it's a very fluid, it just flows out of me and I can write for a while. And sometimes it's a point form, very blunt, no rhyme or reason, more of just like a brain dump on my piece of paper, getting out all of the thoughts and things that are going on and ideas. Or sometimes it's even more of a Q&A. And that's actually what I wrote about in the Good Life magazine in this month. So May's Good Life, this is last month's, but the new Good Life has some journal prompts, and those are really helpful. So if you find that you have a hard time getting into journaling or having a hard time knowing what to write, grab this month's Good Life and try my journal prompts, because I think it'll really help just get like some juices flowing and give you some ideas of how to start journaling. Okay, so the last tip I have is meditation. So like I said at the beginning, self-care is so different for everyone. So for some people, it could mean having a bath. It could mean reading a book. It can mean so many different things. Actually, in fact, at the very beginning of isolation, I ordered all of these books for myself, and I cannot get myself to read a book. I don't know what it is. I usually read regularly, and I can't. For some reason, I cannot get into reading. So again, it just solidifies my point of that things will shift and change, just whatever is going on in your life, and that is completely okay. So I'm going to end our chat this evening with a meditation. If you've never tried meditation before, maybe stay on. It's a pretty short meditation. It's only about 6 or 7 minutes. If you want to check out right now because you're not into it, that is so cool also. Absolutely. But this is a really beautiful way to end the day. It can really help just kind of release things that happened throughout your day today. And again, help maybe just mute a little bit of the outside noise and just sit and be still and sit in gratitude for a few minutes. Feels really, really good. So wherever you are right now, make sure you are nice and comfortable. Make sure that you feel safe wherever you are. It's quiet and you're undistracted. If you want to light a candle, by all means, light a candle. I'm going to put on some meditation music, and then I will guide you through a short meditation. Okay, so wherever you are right now, I want you just to take a deep breath. Can you guys hear the music okay? Let me know. So wherever you're sitting, you can sit cross-legged. You can sit with your feet on the floor, whatever feels good for you right now. And I want you to close your eyes. Start taking nice, big, deep breaths. Let your shoulders relax and fall and get heavy. Start relaxing the muscles in your face, your jaw, your eyebrows, and just relax. Begin taking nice, long, deep breaths. With each breath, a little bit bigger than the last, a little bit longer. And releasing all the way out. So continuing this cycle of breaths, knowing right now that you are safe exactly where you are. Knowing that right now, in this present moment, everything is okay. Know that you are supported on this journey. Know that you are exactly where you need to be. Know that you are enough. This moment is enough. You are perfect just the way you are. Trust that life is happening in your favor and everything is unfolding exactly the way it should. Deep breath in. Hold at the top. Let it go. I want you to put your hand on your heart. Feel your heart beating. Feel your chest rise with every breath and fall with every exhale. I want you to feel how powerful you are. Feel the power in your breath. Feel the power in your body. Feel the power in your energy, in your thoughts, and in your words. Deep breath in, holding at the top, letting it all go. I want you to pick a goal for yourself. Think of something you want to bring into your life this month. What is it that you want? What are you ready to receive? What is it time for? And I want you to feel right now what it would feel like if you already had that thing. If you already had the money, if you already had the new job, if you already had the new home, if you already had the clients or the contract, if you already had that new love or relationship, feel that feeling. Feel it in your body as if it's already yours. How does it feel? Feeling yourself feeling happy, feeling yourself feeling joy, feeling yourself so ridiculously in love with yourself. Deep breath in, holding at the top, and letting it go. I want you to know that manifestation is completely an inside job. That everything you desire in your life, you are completely worthy of. As you hold on to this feeling like it is already yours, knowing it's on its way to you, your only job now is to keep coming back to this feeling every day. Deep breath in, hold at the top, letting it go. Letting go of worry, releasing all the fear, all the what ifs. Breathing in again. Holding at the top and letting it go. Let's take a minute to sit in gratitude. Begin listing all the things you are grateful for in your mind. Allowing the feelings of gratitude and joy to move through your body, and notice how good it feels when you think about the things that you're grateful for. The air in your lungs, the things surrounding you, that you're safe, your friends, your family, all the opportunities that are right in front of you. Deep breath in, letting it go. take as many long, deep breaths here as you need. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, or you can stay here a little longer, whatever feels good for you. So thank you so much for being here with me this evening, for hanging out with me for the last little bit. It was my pleasure to do a live for Nature's Fair and be here with you guys. If there was any comments or questions, I will return them later this evening. And that's all I have for you. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and thank you so much. Oh, I'm so glad.